Hey guys, we're just gonna jump right into this. So I am exactly 26 weeks along in this pregnancy, which makes Oswin about 14 inches and 1.7 pounds, about the size of a coconut. I can't believe that we are approximately 98 days away from seeing our little girl face to face. Now, in our gender reveal video, we talked about how we found out there could be an issue with our baby's heart. So we don't have a whole lot of new information about that, except that we do have an appointment scheduled with a specialist in a couple of weeks. I was hoping that they would be able to get us in sooner, since they told us about it about a month ago at our last ultrasound, but this was the earliest that we could be seen. So at that appointment, they're going to be doing another ultrasound, but it will be done by a specialist, and they'll be taking a closer look specifically at our baby's heart. And hopefully we'll find out a lot more then. I'm really hoping for some good news. So at this point, I also just wanted to ask for continued prayers for Oswin's heart. It is going to be a little rough because this week, my husband Derek, who is active duty Air Force, leaves to go TDY for a couple weeks. So he won't actually be here for that ultrasound. And I'll be able to call him and tell him everything that the doctors say, but it'd just be nice if he was here. The good news is that my mom is going to be coming to visit this week, and I'll also be able to see my pop and my sister while Derek's away. So just so you know, the next pregnancy update should be a pretty big one with lots of new information about Oswin's heart. But in this video, instead of talking about symptoms and how I'm doing physically, I really just wanted to talk a little bit about what I've been learning and just what I've been thinking about throughout this pregnancy. Pregnancy is just one of those amazing, fascinating, unbelievably rewarding, sometimes gross, fantastic, occasionally uncomfortable miracles. And when you really start to think about what's happening, it can really teach you a lot about life. The Bible has some pretty cool things to say about pregnancy. One of my favorite things to think about and just kind of dwell on is Psalms 139:13, which says, "For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb." I just love thinking about God knitting Oswin together right now. I mean, what a comfort. And the implications that has. Oswin is not an accident. I'm not an accident. You are not an accident. Isaiah 44:2 says, "I am your creator. You were in my care before you were born." So God has a plan for this baby girl's life. Now, because of that, I believe that my daughter is alive and that her life began at conception. Another thing that I've just been thinking about in this pregnancy is that abortion has never looked so ugly or so horrific to me since becoming a mom and since carrying a little baby inside of me. I think about Oswin growing and I feel her moving and getting stronger, all in preparation for birth. And then I kind of compare that to my life. I just think that it's a beautiful picture of how this life is preparation for the next. This life that I'm living right now is all getting ready for when I see my Savior, Jesus, in heaven. And the days where I have the right perspective on eternity always end up being the best days. I see things more clearly. I'm more patient. I prioritize my time better. I have a good attitude. And I just end up making better decisions. And on days when I'm not focusing on the bigger picture of eternity, I'm the opposite of all those things. And I end up missing the moment. Not every day in this pregnancy has been a bed of roses, but the lessons that I've learned have just been such a blessing. I just love when God teaches me this way. Anyway, last week's vlog was just kind of a fun family day at the skate park, but this week I just kind of wanted to share my heart a little bit. So if you made it this far into the video, thanks for sticking around. Subscribe if you want to see more pregnancy updates. They're not all like this one, just so you know. But before we get to the end, I did want to do some belly bump footage because I am feeling a lot bigger than I was before. And so we can see how this baby is growing. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Allie McMullin. We'll see you next time.
Crack the shell and soak the seed, bring it to life. Cut the dirt, look in the deep and cultivate the heart. The start, the rocks and weeds, the painful deeds you labor long, plot me in. Now spring begins, transition from the tomb to womb. The bloom